where here everything is just handed to him on a silver platter. You see me taking my dog out. We got some real informative news for you. As always, we trying to give it to you straight, not late. We'll tell y'all something about these dogs that you might not understand. But this dog, not only is he my pet, but he is also my protector. I'm in charge. He belongs to me. I don't belong to him. Right? People get the dog and expect it to just be a pet, and they're not fulfilling their role as what they supposed to do for the dog. He cannot just be king of everything. Everything ain't supposed to come easy. This is a working dog. You got to give him a purpose. What's up, boy, buddy? So we back again, another episode. Very valuable information for you today. I want to get everybody. I want to build a sense of awareness. I'm gonna give it to you straight, not late. The fact of the matter is, these are beautiful dogs, right? We love them to death. But at the same time, I don't want you to forget, this dog is a tool, not a toy. They get to be big. They get to be powerful. And what tends to happen, what I see in managing the Boerboel, time and time again, people forget their role. They get into this, basically a servant. You become a servant for the dog. You bringing him his meals 2-3 times a day. You giving him access to water. He comes and free to move and come and go as he please. Come hop up on the couch if he feel like it. Come up to you, demand that you pet him, put his head on your lap and make sure that you have to pet him. No, that's all wrong, and that could potentially lead to serious problems. You see me out with my dogs on the bike, it's deliberate. The dog is looking up at me and I'm taking off. The strongest dog is always in the front. So I'm taking my dog for long runs and walks, and he got to keep up when he's looking up at me, and he's saying to himself, man, Dad got some wheels on him. Dad can run, Dad can move, Dad can go. Well, that's intentional. I want to be sure that the dog is getting his exercise, that he's getting exhausted, right? It's deliberate. I'm fulfilling my role as the leader. The dog has to have a purpose. When we move, it's with intention. We're trying to get to a specific destination in a specific amount of time. We're not just lackadaisical, aimlessly wandering around. I want you to understand that, boy buddies, because yes, they beautiful dogs. But when they say it has to have firm handling, this dog is not for inexperienced owners. I'm trying to give you a heads up to what you need to be ready for. Consistency. Dogs are creatures of habit. Animals are creatures of habit. Routine is your friend. You want to get into walking without walking. It's marching. You're going to get into no bathroom break. No chance to sniff. I'm in control of everything that is good to the dog. Everything that he wants to do goes through me. Everything is earned. Nothing is given. There are no free meals. I like to feed every other day. Why? I want my dog's complete attention. I want him to know that he has to earn his meals. And it is up to me to feed him. I'm not just offering food even when he's not hungry. That's not the way that things work in the wild. All too often we've got into this unnatural way of doing things. And we're not fulfilling our role as the leader. We're not doing what we need to do in order to meet the dog's needs. Exercise. We're going to burn down that energy. A exercise dog is going to be calm. He's going to be exhausted. He's going to be resting. He's going to be recovering. He's going to be much easier to manage. So when we walking, we're trying to accomplish this goal. deliberately. We're marching. We're moving with a intense pace. That's number one. So when you get your Boerboel, I want you to get into the idea, before you get your puppy, get in the idea that this dog, I'm going to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z with my dog. That's number one. Number two, privileges, food. We're going to withhold the food, withhold the water. We want the dog to get a little hungry, a little thirsty. We're not going to starve him, but we want him to understand all of your feeds and all of your needs are going to be addressed through me. I'm in control. What we don't want is the dog to get an idea that I'm serving him, that I am here to I'm here to serve him, that I'm working for him, that he's waiting, he doesn't have to do anything. Nothing has to be earned. All he has to do is exist, and I'm going to serve him. I'm going to bring him food. I'm going to bring him water. I'm going to come and pat him, and then when he wants to be patted, he can come over to me and demand that he is patted. He can invade my space, my territory, right? You don't see me patting my dogs a whole lot. You don't see me offering a whole bunch of verbal praise, because that's not how dogs communicate. That is not how dogs earn respect from one another. That is not how dogs fulfill their role in the pack. Simply existing together, simply spending time together, that is the way that we build our bond. Because I'm here for you, you here for me, we coexist, we existing together. Simply being is the natural way. If you look at dogs in the wild, they don't do a whole lot of playing and wrestling, and I mean that's for puppies. I'm talking about big dogs. I'm talking about the pack leader. Us spending time together is how we express our love for one another. That's how we build this bond that becomes unbreakable. It's from time spent together. That's number two. Number three, space. Space is a resource. The dog has his place. The dog is not allowed to come and go and do what he wants when he wants. Go back over there and sit down and stay there. Now, how do I enforce and train? I don't want you to get the wrong idea and think that it's okay to ever hit your dog. We're going to use a correction collar. My preferred collar is the choke chain. Okay? Not because we're trying to choke the dog. What we're doing is simulating the natural. So in the wild, the mom, if you ever see Caesar Milan, he does that. And he takes the two fingers and he hits on the dog's neck. Well, the idea behind the choker, what we're going to do, and I use the 2mm, at least 30 inches. What we're going to do is we're going to snatch it up with a swift snatch. And what we're doing is the fur will get caught up in there. We're going to give the dog 2 cues before this happens. So that's the sound of the chain, and then that's the tightening of the leash around his neck. We have misdemeanors and we got felonies. So certain things require a certain amount of pressure. A felony means that you're going to get 2 feet lifted off the ground. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to lift. When I say hit, I'm going to use the leash to go up in this motion, and I'm using my whole entire body. That's why 2 hands are required for the leash. So I'm going to take the leash up like this. Use my shoulder, my entire body to lift those 2 front feet off the ground. That's in the case of a felony has been committed. you're gonna have to establish your own pack rules. Certain infractions may require gentle guidance and leadership. So that may be just simply me taking the leash and guiding the dog back to the correct behavior, back to the correct spot. So that's number 3. Or is that number 4? That's number 3. That's off the top of my head, boy buddies. This is not something that's planned. It's based off a phone call that I just had. And this is about effectively managing your dogs. Once you are established these rules and this hierarchy that it is firmly implanted in your dog's head that you the boss, you can move away from the correction collar into a regular buckle collar. The collar is how you're going to establish communication. This is your direct connection to the dog. Off-leash privileges are earned. Once I'm comfortable that the dog is going to be mindful and respectful, then we can graduate to being off-leash. Until then, this is how I can address behavior swiftly and in a timely fashion. Remember, we want to associate the correction with the behavior. So don't think that you're going to set up situation. Ideally, is to set up a situation where the dog is going to have behavior needs to be addressed. At the end of this is all I can think of right now, boy buddies. But stay tuned. As always, we dropping it down. We're gonna give you the information. This is not about being a YouTuber. This is not about no popularity contest. You see, we active and involved. We out here in the field with the dog. We live in the dog life. Hopefully, you can pick up some information that can enhance your experience. This is about documentation. This is through my experience, going on 20 years involved with the Boerboel. Hopefully you can get some lessons without the lumps. Until next time, boy buddies, stay tuned. Oh, and I'm going to start saying this too. If you think that this information is valuable, if you know someone that can use this information, if you can help someone, share it. If you like what you're hearing, like it. If you feel like it's some valuable, something that you can add, drop a line, give me a comment. So those is the 3 protocols: like, comment, share, subscribe. Hey, if you like what's going on, stay tuned because we got a whole lot more to offer. Until next time, boy buddies.